I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
if you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
They do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 here and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Okay.
We did it, babe, finally.
Well, oh yeah, we did it. We did it properly.
It's been like 50 videos. We finally got the order right. We're in the middle of a live stream for the big homie River, who has brought us the first Protamen album, and we're doing the entire thing, the whole thing in one single live stream, so that's been super cool.
Show me another channel that does that, dear listener, with in-depth reviews of the lyrics.
Okay, the next song up is The Stand, Man or Machine. This was the first song, River said, this is the first song I ever heard by the Protamen back around 2008. I was on a binge of the first few Mega Man games, which these albums are based on, and found them accidentally on a forum discussing the series. I fell in love with them immediately, and I knew I needed to hear the rest of the album. Since then, I've seen them live every single time they've rolled through Cleveland. This song is the whole reason for it.
The Stand, Man or Machine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it.
Boom.
Uh-oh.
Tell me now, is there a man among you here? Is there no one who will stand up and try to fight? Tell me, man, is there not one in all your ranks? Is there no one who values courage over life? They looked to me once, now they turn to you. Do you understand now? Do you see that the truth is they don't want to change this? They don't want a hero, they just want a martyr, a statue to raise. to say. The very fate of all mankind.
Ugh. Wow, what a situation to be put in. Holy moly.
That's a crazy situation to be put in, bro. That is a crazy situation to be put in. That's a question. Like, at what point do you, like, obviously, this is talking about all humanity. He's given up on all humanity. But, and I don't even know if giving up is the right word. Maybe take people at their word. You know that Maya Angelou quote, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it like, if you know, this is obviously a very meta commentary on human nature, but if you like really like whittle it down, a lot of times the phrase give up on is used by manipulative people to kind of create a fail-safe so that they never have to change. So they'll start the relationship and they'll say things like, well, so-and-so people have always given up on me, and you're gonna abandon
everybody
me just
always
like everybody
leaves,
else.
yeah.
And then you go, no, because you're gonna be the hero. But then what that does is it creates a situation where they can pretty much say whatever they want to you, and you're gonna have to stay, because if you don't stay, then you're one of those people that gave up on me, and now you're gonna leave just like everybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
it's like,
I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people, they can't take that forever. You know, eventually there comes a breaking point where they're like, this, I can't stay. I can't stay with this. That's why it's very, very important for everybody. I was just talking to somebody today, shout out to you, about, like when you're single or when you're alone, even if you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter. Relationship, no relationship, child, adult, it doesn't matter. You have to be working on yourself as a person and bringing about the healthiest version of yourself possible. And then, if you're single and you're working on yourself, then your chances are better when you get in a relationship that you two are going to be able to work out your issues because you've worked through some of them already. But if you just bury your head in the sand, you don't face stuff, well then, But you're right. There are people, I'm thinking about somebody specifically that was not working on themselves as a person, and that's what they just kept throwing out there. Instead of saying, well, holy shit, how come everybody keeps leaving me? Why does this keep happening? Maybe there's something I need to change about myself. It's always on everybody else. Well, they all left me. They abandoned me, blah, blah, blah. And to this moment, the person still keeps finding themselves alone. Well,
I know the person?
Yeah. They said the same thing to their boyfriend, and the guy really held on for dear life, and then he jumped out of that relationship and went into another one with somebody that was very crazy, but what can be said?
With a couple kids. And she's back to being alone?
Yes, as far as I know.
Yeah, but then now he's in this situation where it's like, now he's given up on all humanity. And that also becomes a question. Like, when do you give up on large groups of people? Like, so for example, I'm going to try my best to be to cloak this here, but like, I was watching this thing yesterday, and there's no way to do it. Oh well, I suck for a lot. Do I want to go there?
I don't know. You have us all very interested.
Okay, so it's this church in Florida. I'm not gonna do it. I just think that there are just times when people, make it clear where they are, and they're not gonna change, and I think you have to be okay. You have to be okay with the fact that certain people aren't going to change. And then the conversation has to become, okay, it's no longer, is this person going to change, versus, can you tolerate this person in this state? Because they are not going to change.
Yeah.
So you have to shift the conversation, your internal dialogue, from saying, okay, this person or this group of people, if we do this, they'll change. If we do that, they'll change. And then you'll have to say, no, they're not. They're not going to change. Okay, now that we've established that, is it tolerable to live with and around that person in that state, because they're not going to change? And I think we never get to that second tier question because we're so focused on, we have to change them. No, you don't. Some people have no interest in changes. Some people don't want to change.
Yeah.
And you have to accept that. And that becomes easier or more difficult depending on who we're talking about. If it's your parents, like I can see an LGBT kid, who's, in one of these horrible evangelical situations where the parent sends them off to some horrible camp, marginalizes them their entire life, and they barely make it out alive, literally alive. I can see them taking such a long time to get to that moment where it's like, my parents are never going to change and accept me. And then the next question is, okay, can you accept your parents? Can you accept your parents not accepting you? And whether or not it's fair is irrelevant. They're not going to change. They're not.
Yeah, I think the difficulty comes when you're in a situation like that and you're not sure, like maybe you want to accept the person that is not going to change, but then you feel like you're betraying yourself if you do. If they've put their stake in the ground and they're like, we're not going to accept you as a homosexual or as a transgender person or whatever. Let's say your parents are at that point and they're like, we're not going to accept you like this. And then it's like, puts somebody in a situation where they're like, okay, well, I either have to fake it in front of my parents that I've changed and live my life on the side unchanged, or I have to just cut bait with them. But if you want to carry on that relationship, you have to be somebody who you're not.
No, you don't have to be somebody who you're not, because the thing is, when you're in that situation, you just have to understand your parents were born bigots. You were born a certain way. They were born a bigot. Just like you want them to accept you, you have to accept them. And if you don't accept them, that's also okay. But that's the decision you're making. And, I've made that decision with lots of people in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's certain members of your family where I'm just like, they're born that way. That's it. And I'm not gonna, I can't make that the defining factor is, I just gotta say, okay, how much can you tolerate? And I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna say what the fuck I have to say to this person. And he's, because I just don't do the stuff you guys, I just can't do the stuff you guys do. You guys go along for, what, and I'm not even in this moment not making a moral judgment about it. I'm saying I don't have the capacity, I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the discipline to walk around like that with people. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's healthy long term. I think that.
Yeah, I can't comment because I've never done it, but I'm like, you know what? I got to say what I got to say to this guy. So I said what I had to say to the homie. You know, I said what I had to say, and I meant everything I said, and I'm sure he knows that. And I don't have a problem running into him and, like, talking to him and being civil and all the rest of it. Like, I have no issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just think they're just, it's not like I would never characterize as I gave up on the just, I know this person.
Yeah.
I know this person. I know what they're about. And they've dug their feet in the sand, and there's no situation that is going to change this person's mind or perspective. And I also know about myself. There's no situation that's going to change my mind or my perspective either about the same issue. And I just said to myself, well, it is intolerable for me to hang around this person, talk to this person, and never just say this part. I can hang around, talk to you now, but I could not have left that unsaid as a man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where, that's how I handled it. You know what I'm saying? And I just think at some level you just have to figure out what you can tolerate, what's tolerable to you, and deal with it then. But these guys right now, they're in a situation where, what the hell is Mega Man supposed to do now? Because then he gets put in this checkmate situation. Like, we were watching a chess match yesterday, and it's like, the checkmate is just a hell of a concept. Like, no matter what you do, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, that was so interesting.
That's just a hell of a...
Yeah.
The queen and the king were basically in cross purposes with each other, and there's nothing...
He nailed him, yeah.
Yeah, he nailed him, and he knew it was over, and it's like...
They shook.
I think... I don't know. I think that's maybe one of the benefits of playing chess is that you can know when there's no more moves to make, and you have to. And in chess, you have to accept it. You accept the facts.
Well, some people don't, babe. Some people have to see the whole thing play itself out.
Oh yeah, but like, you never take the king in chess. Like, you never take the king off the table. It's okay. You literally have nowhere to go. So it's over. And when you you look at the board, you analyze the moves, and you go, yeah, fuck, there's nowhere else to go. And I think there's something beautiful about that, because it makes you understand that many times that's how life is. Now, this dude is in a checkmated situation with fate. I don't know what the hell he's going to do, but I'm very, very interested to see. What do you get to say?
Wait, I just have to tell this story. So yesterday we were going to play chess, and I said, I'm pretty sure I have all the pieces set up. I literally haven't played in a year. So I set up the pieces to where I thought they were supposed to go. And then I said, is the king supposed to be on his own color or not?
Yeah.
And Vinny was like, I don't know. And honestly, I can't stand it when he says, I don't know, because I feel like he knows everything. So I feel like when you say, I don't know, I feel like that you're saying, I don't want to dust off the information and look, like, in your own head.
Because you're certain that
I'm certain that you know, yeah. So I'm like, Vin, what is it though? Where is it? And he was like, I don't know, Google it. And so I'm like, okay. And then I started laughing because, so Vinny played with this, it's Maine, so you can't you're not that big, but he played with this guy that was like a chess expert around here, and Vin beat him, and the guy was really mad about it. And it was so funny to me because I'm like, if that guy knew that he got beat,
he won the chess championship.
I'm like, if he knew that he got beat by somebody who didn't know whether the king goes on its own color or not, that'd be so bad. But anyway, I enjoyed the song.
Once I got into the game, I know how to do it. But yeah. Yeah, he probably would have had a hard time.
9.8.
Shout out to the
bitch.
9.4.
Yeah, you can check him out on Patreon.
Yeah, you've been
Sori wrestles a bitch.
You've been a bitch for quite some time, my G.
Seriously, it's on there. Somebody was like, I believe Sori was getting leverage from the table on that wrestling match.
Nah.
Secondly, well, I think I might have been a little bit. I'm not sure. Look at the video. Secondly, they're like, with the way the size of that arm, that could very well be a woman she's wrestling. So there's that too.
well. That's without question.
Anyway.
Having said that, dear listener.
Moving on to the next. Sori out.
Oh, you're still a bitch. All right, guys, we are coming up. We got another song for you beautiful people. Commercial